organizations, as you grow, start to create this effect that is, lovingly referred to as silos. And it's really hard for people to solve problems across multiple silos. And I think what Lean has allowed us to do is to look at creating an environment where we've created a more systems-oriented thinking with an organizational problem-solving capability.
Our research on Lean and our prior experience with Lean from other industries told us that employees are a wealth of knowledge. They're the ones who know the processes the best, and it made sense to use Lean to unleash their talents, abilities, knowledge, and so forth.
So the business model before we got to Lean was really an organization structured around command and control. And we were successful in that environment for several years. But looking at the current business model and looking at the future, what we needed to do, we knew that we needed to really change the way we went about organizing and executing our business. And utilizing Lean and implementing Lean was the tool that we used to really empower the employees and get people to take ownership of their jobs.
As Lean and Exceeda implemented Lean, there were a couple of things that we were looking for. One was improved participation from the floor. We were also looking for improved bottom line results. We wanted to find someone who would help us learn Lean.
We wanted to get more involvement, and we really wanted to foster an environment of accountability and have folks throughout the organization feel like they could really be part of change and that their ideas were being heard.
One of the first things we did for Lean is actually build and define the processes that we had. Once we had the processes all documented, then it was a lot easier to make permanent improvements to it and have the improvements stick.
Exceeda, and I think if you ask any of the employees here, they'll agree, is the really good bedside manner that they have, and I think it's really comfortable working with Exceeda. Everybody in the organization, from the front office out on the floor, everybody in the organization feels comfortable at the approach and the style and the team building activities and all of that we've taken away from this process. We've really appreciated throughout.
They have the experience, and they have the tools to bring in, and they show us how to implement them from the top down, and then follow through and see the results and report on the results. It's a culture change. It's not an overnight event. It's something that takes time, and Exceeda takes the time.
Exceeda was able to come in a very short time frame and understand us as a business, understand our unique approach to our client value that we bring, and also understand that we're not the easiest company to work with. We have a lot of process procedure. We have a lot of things that can be seen as non-value add to our clients. So they took the time to understand us before they tried to recommend approaches to the implementation of a Lean methodology and framework within our organization.
One of the things that we especially liked about Exceeda's philosophy of business is that they were here to enable us to become a better company. The philosophy that they're going to come in, help us learn a tool, one tool at a time, in a team, and then take that team from one project where Exceeda was giving us a lot of information, doing the training, helping guide us through that project, and then on a subsequent project, taking a step back and just acting as a coach.
Exceeda made it a point to teach us these tools so that we could self-sustain on our own. We didn't become married to Exceeda as a consultant or long-term. They taught us how to use these tools and deploy them on our own.
Exceeda was almost a cultural chameleon. Walking the organization, they basically looked like they had our badge, wore our shirts. They embodied our culture, just the way we act, the way we think, and they became team members with our team, and they actually helped guide them as peers and colleagues versus someone just standing above them in a hierarchical approach. And I thought that was very refreshing.
We've done over 50 Kaizens, and on average we figure that we've saved about $4,000 per Kaizen. You multiply that by over 50, it's a significant savings for the firm.
Another big one that was significant was the single minute exchange of die. The amount of setup time in our business that can range from 2 hours to 6 hours. And up until we implemented Lean, that was all getting done on a machine. So our best success with that was reducing that down to about 20 minutes.
Some of the results we've had with total productive maintenance, in particular, one of the first machines that we did, my immediate reaction to it was, this looks like a brand new machine, what did you do with the old one? We have seen some benefits at this point of machines that are clearly going to be in better shape today than they were yesterday.
Use the 6S program to improve our vans which go out for our survey crews. They take a variety of tools and supplies with them on a daily basis, and it's a method that allows us to be extremely organized in the vans, to know that we have the right supplies on hand at all times. It prevents us from ever having to return to the office to pick up something that we forgot to bring with us. It keeps everything extremely organized and efficient for the folks going out into the field. Moving
into a new building, we were able to leverage workplace organization and office cell layout, how we order office supplies, how mail is delivered. All of those processes were reviewed using this tool, and immediate efficiencies gained. Office cell layout and design, we were able to take our old building that we moved from and redesign it through this process, so that, for instance, our shipping and receiving area, a process that took hundreds of steps, were brought down nearly in half.
Whiteboards allowed us to become a lot more visual. And that also gives each department the ability to see what every other department is working on.
Success was fundamental, but that's also enabled us to do a plant floor redesign, change our layout. It's in individual cells has saved us anywhere from 20 to 40% of our space.
Through this Lean process, we've looked at not only just eliminating the physical number of steps, probably by 60%, but we found that our ability to manage inventory has become much better. We know where it is. We can move it through the cycle, and we can get more precision, so we can get to a client faster, reducing our days of inventory.
We also had great success with standard work instruction sheets. There's a lot of repeatable processes that occur in our business, and that particular tool allowed us to not only document the proper steps, but also challenge how we did things. And they're an extremely helpful tool for training new employees when they come in. Lean filing program was the removal and elimination of a lot of our old file cabinets. Been able to actually reallocate that space to some of our critical supplies. We can now keep the paper for our plotters right near those machines.
Our staff is on a perpetual path to try to make improvements. No one thinks that we're there. Everyone believes constantly we can shave off another 5 to 10% and be more efficient.